Waste not, want not. A simple idiom about one's mindfulness, and not just moderation, but to utilize one's resources wisely, lest we find ourselves wanting without having. It is a lesson held dearly and learned to get by to survive in desperate times or to be frugal in plentiful times. There are many ways to apply this when it comes to cooking, finding creative solutions to use things we normally would toss, we normally waste, and apply them to a new purpose. This will be the first such video in a series that I am dubbing Waste Not. These videos will often tie into other dishes that we make on this channel, using the ingredients that we would often discard in making our main dishes to experiment and reuse to make something strange, tasty, or even useful. Today's example will be from the making of rice. Prior to cooking rice, I hope many of you are in the habit of washing your rice, soaking, swirling, and dumping out the cloudy water repeatedly until it is clear. This helps remove the excess starchiness of the rice that can come across when eaten frequently, and also improves the texture, preventing gluiness from that excess starch, and helps to keep the grains separated better. Rice washings have a number of different uses. For gardeners, they can provide a nice vitamin and mineral supplement to regular watering. I've also heard that rice washings can be used for hair health, and to help give it a little bit more luster, though admittedly I wouldn't be in a position to verify that. Today what we will be doing is using rice washings to enhance the flavor of a soup. And to go into a similar vein with our latest video exploring the Filipino rice dish sinangag, we will be making another Filipino dish, Tinola. As always, we are going to get our ingredients prepped beforehand, so we're not struggling for anything and we have everything all set. For our chicken tinola, we are going to have 60 milliliters of vegetable oil, or about a quarter of a cup. We're going to have 1 onion that we have finely sliced, that's going to give us about 280 grams. 4 crushed garlic cloves, a 2-inch piece of ginger that we have grated down finely, 1 whole chicken that we have broken down into 8 pieces, 60 milliliters of fish sauce, about 2 liters or 8 cups of rice washings. We're going to have half a green papaya that we have peeled, seeded, and sliced, and then a couple handfuls of spinach leaves. To start, we are going to warm a large saucepan and add our vegetable oil. Once our oil is properly warmed, we will add in our onion, our garlic, and our ginger. We will stir these ingredients occasionally as they cook until they soften. This will take about several minutes. Once soft, we will raise the heat to medium-high and add our broken down chicken pieces. We are going to let these brown in the pan evenly on all sides. Once they are brown, we are going to add our fish sauce and our rice washings. We are going to bring this all to a boil, and we're going to skim any foam that collects on the surface as the chicken cooks. And once we reach that boil, we reduce our heat back down to maintain it at a nice even simmer, and we're going to let this cook for about 35 or 40 minutes. Once that is done, we add our sliced green papaya, and then we're going to cook for another 5 minutes, or until the papaya is tender. At this point, I like to use a pair of tongs to remove the chicken pieces, and we're going to scrape that meat from the bone before returning it back to our pan. Finally, we are going to add our spinach leaves. Now, traditionally, tinola is going to be made with fresh moringa leaves, but those can be very difficult to source in the States. I myself have not had any luck. Spinach leaves or bok choy leaves are acceptable alternatives in this case. As always, we are going to taste and adjust our seasonings to our liking. We can add more fish sauce or salt until it reaches a flavor that we are happy with. And with that, our tinola is done and can be readily served with a bowl of steamed rice. Rice water is an excellent substitute for any soup recipe that calls for adding water. It can really add something extra to any soup that is not required to be crystal clear. My personal recommendation for saving rice washings, if you want to use them at a later date, is to get a product called Super Tubes. You can find this on Amazon, and they come in pre-measured containers, so you can measure out amounts that are half a cup, 1 cup, 2 cups, and they create these nice little blocks that you can just store in Ziploc bags and keep in the freezer as long as you need them. Thank you for joining me, and stick around for more videos like this, and learn how to waste not.